Alright everyone, good morning and welcome back again to more Trails Through Daybreak. We're finally coming through with some side quests here and there, moving on and progressing until we make it to some main storylines. So that's the plan for today, and hopefully we see some things too. So if anything else, I hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for love and support. And here we go. Alright, I think we got like one more connect event we can do. I want to work on, now, let's do Fees. Clausel's going to work with Fairy to try and restore Ida's rifle. Want me to help them get the parts. Shouldn't be a big deal. Let's do it. Yo, sorry for the wait. Don't worry about it. I just got here myself. Thanks for coming. Think nothing of it. Seems this has to do with one of my part-timers, so I figured I might as well. You want me to help out with the memento of the flame eaters, right? Yep, I want to fix up the custom rifle that Ida used to use. Seems like you've heard about it already. Sure have. We tried to get it repaired before, but they told us it wasn't really feasible. I assume the two of you found a way to fix it. Bingo. We learned what parts we need to repair it, so all that's left is to actually get them. It's been bothering me ever since I learned it was damaged, so I'm glad I can finally do something. I figure things will get really busy once the festival starts, so I want to get it taken care of before then. Fairy's working on the stuff that can be gathered above ground, while you're going to begin the underground stuff, from the Blacklight District in other words. And you want me to show you around the place? Exactly. I've heard that nose of yours is really impressive. So impressive that even Jin relies on it. How about it? You up for being my guide? Sure, why not? Couldn't hurt putting you in my debt more. I'd be helping one of my part-timers move on too. Sounds like a win-win to me. Thanks. Let's get moving then. Van and Fee made haste to the Blacklight District. Upon arrival, they scoured the area in search of replacement parts for Ida's rifle. You're looking to fix up a custom rifle, huh? Not to discourage you fine folks, but that sounds like quite the pain in the behind. We know, and we're prepared to deal with it. As you can probably guess, we need some specialized parts to get it back to working condition. Mind showing us the rifle suppressors and foregrips you got in stock at the moment? Not at all. Right this way, young lady. Hopefully, I've got what you're looking for. He's definitely got a wide selection, but, none of it looks quite right. How about this part over here? Looks pretty unwieldy, but nothing any decent Jaeger couldn't handle. Yeah, maybe. That might actually be the same model Ida used. Or the same make at least. This might work in a pinch. Might as well give it a shot. Working on Flame Eater's rifle, huh? I've heard stories about that bad boy. You're in luck. I know for a fact that the rifle I used back when I was on active duty is the same generation as her gun. You can go ahead and take it if you want. It should have a part or two you can use. Damn, that's real generous of you. For real? Are you sure? I mean, that has to mean a lot to you. I'm no Jaeger anymore, so I don't mind parting with it. Helping the Colonel's daughter sounds better than me anyway. In return, just promise you'll come back and tell me how the Purple Lightning's doing. I've been rooting for her ever since she hung it up to walk her own path. Let me know how she's holding up, yeah? Deal. Can't say I know everything, but I'll be happy to share what I can. Eventually, Fee and Van managed to scrape together the needed parts to repair the gun, albeit from a less than desirable mix of sources. With Fairy having acquired her allotted parts, the group reconvened at the same arms dealer inside the department store. Sylvie, who had been previously consulted about the rifle's damages, agreed to assist with its repairs. Van watched over the whole process and helped with the basic tasks like polishing as needed. Eventually, Holy cow, look at that. That looks better. Well, would you look at that? It's right back to the way it was. Ain't that something? It even has the same custom rifle muzzle she used back in her Zephyr days. It maximized its firepower and improved its accuracy. She really liked talking about that thing. I can see why. It's been customized in other ways too. The weight distribution probably makes it unwieldy to anyone who isn't a rifle pro. But Ida had no problem handling it. She and this rifle were a match made in heaven. No doubt about that. I'm glad we were able to get it fixed up for her. Nah, the Flame Eater couldn't have asked for a better pair of sisters. So, what are you planning to do with it now? That's a good question. How would you feel about using it, Fairy? I don't think a rifle of this size would suit me, to be honest. Ida once told me to remain true to my own style. I don't think I'd be honoring her if I changed mine to adapt to her weapon. Figured you'd say something like that. It doesn't fit mine either. I have a better idea. How about we deliver it to the current members of Zephyr? Ah, yeah, I heard they reformed after the war. Yep, it's changed hands since then. Now it's being led by two of its former regimental commanders, Zeno and Leo. I'm fine with giving it over to them, but are you sure that's what you want? Yes, I've thought long and hard about it. In her final moments, Ida said the names of her Zephyr comrades, including you. I can tell she treasured her family there. That's why I want to return it to them. Okay, that works for me. I'll go ahead and arrange for it to be delivered then. Oh? How are you going to do that? You do realize a civilian courier can't just waltz into Zephyr turf with a rifle hand in hand, right? Well aware. That's not what I had in mind. I know someone named Josette who owns a delivery company. Her people should be able to get over to them without much trouble. Ah, I've heard of them. They're based in LeBro, yeah? You sure know a lot of people, don't you? I could say the same about you. He got in contact with the courier, who happily accepted the task and got straight to work. Afterwards, she reached out to Zephyr, who were in a remote region of the continent, to give them a heads up. It won't be long before it's delivered, so can you stick around your base camp for a while longer? Sure thing. We have to kill some time before our next job anyway. A Jaeger's weapon is their very soul. We'll take good care of it. The three of us fought side by side many times as regimental commanders. She is dearly missed. The Icing Shield told us about what happened to her. It's strange to think part of her will be coming back to us. I'd like to think she's sharing a laugh with it and a drink with the boss on the other side right about now. Probably stressing all about her little sisters too. The worry wart. Wouldn't shock me. It was good talking to you both again. See you around. Likewise, give our regards to Ida's other little sister. Sounds like she's gotten herself caught up in something fishy. Tell her to take care of herself. Well, that settles that. You must be one of the only bracers in the guild who keeps in touch with Jaegers. We don't talk that often, but they reach out to me every now and then. Now that we got that squared away, I think I'm going to drop by a cafe. Want to come with? I can share some stories about Ida and Zephyr if you're interested. Really? Oh, I'd love that. And I can tell you some about my people in our village. Cool. I'd like to hear all about them. Fee and Fairy went off to enjoy some tea and conversation. Once Fairy returned, the group got back to work.
It'd be nice to introduce you to some friends of mine if the chance ever comes up.
Maxed out. I wish you just kept going. What is going on here? Alright, let me check out. Hold on. Can I... do the bathhouse. I want to use the bath.
Heading in?
That's the stuff.
I'm really working up a sweat.
You look so happy right now.
That really hit the spot.
You look nice and refreshed.
Alright, we're good now. Alright, so if I got the time, hold on a second. Let me go on over to Terrell. Catch a movie.
Heading to the objective.
Alright, before that, hold on a second. Let me... It's not that one. I nearly forgot already. Movie brochures. Alright, what have I seen? Excuse me. Golden Blood. Then we got the director's cut. Wolves Requiem. Sober Curious. Gloria Dawn, The Side of Heaven. Midnight Memories. Okay, let's see what we got.
Hello.
I saw Gloria. I didn't see Rainfall. Did I see Midnight Memories? Hold on. Hold on. I already forgot. Let's see this again. I did see Midnight Memories. Okay, so the only one I didn't see, I saw This Side of Heaven. Alright, one more time.
Hello. The showing on screen 1 will soon begin.
I think Rainfall's the one I didn't see yet.
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Alright, who should I invite? I will be inviting Judith this time. And I will have...
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop. Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
That's just her. Ben decided to let everyone loose so he could watch a movie during his work break. Alright. Alright, I'm curious about this movie too. Will, an up-and-coming broker, and Mia, a woman of ambition, both work at a local branches of their respective trading and banking companies. After a chance encounter in the city, the two hit it off and start dating, growing steadily closer. It seems they were destined to be together. That is, until one fateful day when their relationship reaches an unexpected turning point.
You want to break it off? Just like that?
Oh, come on. It was just a bit of a fling, right? Just two lonely people trying to feel less lonely for a while. I'm studying abroad and you're moving back to your main office. It's like Adios herself planned for us to separate.
Fine, I get it. Guess this is it then. You better make those dreams of yours come true.
Of course I will. Who do you think you're talking to,
Yeah, I know. Well, take care, Mia.
You take care too, Will. Thanks for a wonderful time. Why'd it have to rain? Damn it, Will. Couldn't you tell these were tears?
He took that in stride really well. Both of them. It was like, really? That's it? And it was Judith's movie too. There's a certain sweetness to Mia's lighthearted disposition that I really enjoyed. And the way she went from looking so strong to those tears rolling down her face as it was raining, it was really... Can you not critique the movie like you're some film reviewer when I'm right here? You're making me feel self-conscious. I guess I appreciate you noticing though. I did put in a lot of effort into putting on just the right expression for that scene. There's a certain pain and suffering Mia feels in that scene that she can't let on to Will in that moment. I wanted that to really sting for people in the audience who can't do anything but watch that sadness unfold. I can see that now that you mention it. Just goes to show how talented you clearly are as an actress if you're able to pull off something that complicated. That's really high praise coming from a movie buff as big as you. Thanks, Van. It means a lot. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Maybe I should pick one up as a souvenir. Yes. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work. Alright. She gets a little bit of something too. Yeah, that movie could have been, not that it was bad, and we didn't really get to see the whole thing to begin with, you just got like a brief glimpse of it, but I just felt like that character was like uncaring, the guy at least, because he took that breakup in stride. Okay.
What do I do?
What are you trying to get something too? Trying to do a job?
Now, what's it say?
Alright, problem child. My son Curtis has recently started behaving rather violently. I'm concerned he might have made friends with some bad eggs. I'd like you to investigate what happened to him. I'll explain things over at my house in O Town, Zora. There's still a lingering scent. Gotta check the other bulletin boards. Sure. But before that, let's go and do this now. Her home is over here. Okay. Problem child.
Hey,
Are you Zora? Yes, you are. You're Zora, right? The one who put the call out for us? We're the Arkwright Solutions. Nice to meet you. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. Please have a seat. I'll get some tea ready just in a minute. I was curious what a Spriggan would be like, you know? But you look just like normal people. I might have even seen you around town before. You probably have. Our office is in O-Town. I know some stuff about you and your son. He's studying for high school entrance exams, right? Wow, you weren't kidding. You really do know about us. But you're right. We're hoping he'll be able to get into Aramis Academy, so I've been having him rigorously study every day. His grades were in a bit of a rut for a while, but they have thankfully started improving. Not that I ever doubt him, of course. He's my son, so of course he's capable. If he keeps this up, he'll surely will nail a spot at the academy at the tippity top of his class. Mom's really passionate about her kid's education. Yeah, I'm also a little, because most parents that overwork their children like that, it's no wonder the children tend to rebel and like want to do something else, because if all they do is study, they're gonna lose their goddamn minds. But right as he was starting to show some promise, the situation turns dire. Curtis has been behaving really strange as of late. He's become violent all of a sudden, yelling really loudly, hitting things. And he's never done that before. Never in his life. He's always been a good boy. He must be in some awful company if he's acting this way. That's the most logical explanation. I take my eyes off him for a moment and this happens. That's why I need you. Please, figure out what happened to my precious Curtis. So, what if he's gotten a little sassy? I'd want to curse myself mute if I was getting choked like this 24/7. Really? I don't think it would hurt to look around a little and make sure he isn't falling in with a bad crowd just to be safe. What do you think, Van? Should we help her? Maybe. Give me a minute to think about it. Minute's up. Alright, we'll take the case. Fantastic. Thank you so much. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, where is Curtis right now? He's out buying some reference material. There's a bookstore in Terrell District we'd like to shop at. I imagine he's there. Oh, so he's out right now. Perfect. Before we start with anything else, mind if we search his room? I ain't too hot on digging through a teen's room like that, but it's the most obvious place to start looking. I understand. You can search his room. Follow me upstairs. Bet you anything he's got all the good dirty magazine under his mattress. How did I know you were gonna say that?
Commencing mission.
Alright, upstairs first. Here you are. This is Curtis' room. Thanks for showing us. Alright, let's get this done before the kids get back home. Then the rest started combing through Curtis' room. At first, they found nothing of note that could plausibly explain his violent turn in behavior. The only objects kept hidden were mock exams with failing scores. But a few minutes later... Well, look at that. Did you find something, Van? You bet. Take a look at what I found tucked away inside the desk drawer. A mint tin. Looks empty. I don't think I recognize the brand. Could you explain what it is? They sell tobacco-flavored mints inside these suckers. You only get them if you're smoking or trying to quit. That would explain why it doesn't smell like cigs in here. He could have been chewing on those instead of lighting one up. They taste like what? They might not be the real thing, but only delinquents even think about smoking at his age. Oh, my poor Curtis. Where did I go wrong with you? I thought I raised you to be such a good boy. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We might be missing something that explains why he had this tin. I know exactly why he had it. It's all my husband's fault. Him and that scandal of his that got him demoted from the Bank of Edith. We were forced to move into Old Town because of that. If you were living in a safer neighborhood, my son wouldn't be straying from the path. My husband was supposed to start working at a subsidiary once he was out of probation. But where do I end up finding him instead? Montmar. I caught him eating there again without a care in the world while I was out shopping. Absolutely ridiculous. Has he been working this whole time or just pulling the wool over my eyes? I can't trust him anymore. Would you? I think you're overreacting a little bit, but I mean, again, that's why we're here, to get the whole story. Wow, she just keeps going. Anyway, this tin gives us a good jumping off point. We'll keep sniffing around and see what we turn up. Pardon my outburst. I'll leave you all to it. I'll be waiting for your report downstairs. What's the matter, Van? Did you notice something else? Yeah. The tin still stinks. It's faint, but you can still get a whiff if you get real close to it. It smells just like an Orbal hookah. Feels like a lifetime ago, but I recognize the smell anywhere. What? Really? And here I thought we really were done with that bullshit. I don't know if I'm more surprised by the Orbal hookahs coming back or that hound's nose of yours picking up the smell. I don't doubt Mr. Arkwright's right about it, but the CID and the police were supposed to have confiscated all of them. I don't remember hearing about that stuff coming in tablets. Where do you get something like that? I worry for how his health might get affected. Alright, Chief, what's the plan? Do we go straight to the kid and get him to spill? No, we need to figure out where these things came from in the first place. Right now, this stays between us. Nothing good can come of his mom catching wind of this. With a firecracker of a mom like that, I can only imagine. Since we're talking about tobacco-flavored mints, maybe a cigarette seller would know something. If his father smokes too, that could also lead somewhere. Agreed. Might as well look into both of those. The mom said something about the husband eating at Montmar. Oh, we got it. Okay. Looks like we got a topic. Okay, go here. Alright, where are we heading off to? Montmar? Okay.
Hey,
Visiting the dad, huh? Oh, it's a church. Alright, hold on a second. Let's... Wait, hold on. What's your name?
The goddess of the sky is always watching over us.
Let's, hold on. Let's bring up the topic to Bring up the topic of Curtis to Jin.
Let me ask you something.
Sorry to interrupt your class. Can we have a quick chat? I want to ask about a kid we've been hired to look into. Name's Curtis. Of all the times, I guess we can if we really can't wait. Let's go somewhere else. Van explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. They also explained his stark change in personality. Right, okay. Not gonna lie, I think his parents are making a storm in a teacup. Kid's not gonna turn into some hardened criminal because of this. But to answer your question, I do know who you're talking about. He came to my tobacco kiosk about an hour ago. He did? Yeah, he asked if I had any tobacco-flavored mints for sale. I told him I don't sell them and that, even if I did, a kid like him shouldn't go anywhere near them. He got all huffy and started yelling, called me an old hag, which was nice of him. Wow, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Damn, kid's got balls to say that to your face. What'd he do after that? Beats me. My guess is he went looking for some other place he could sucker into selling him into those mints. Makes sense. Thanks for the info. Alright, well, that takes care of that. Alright, Montmar it is. Oh, look at you, dude.
Can we talk?
Got a minute? We want to ask you about your son. Van explained the request from Roman's wife and summarized the team's findings thus far. What? My son is chewing on tobacco-flavored mints? I can't believe it. He's never been the brightest at school, but I didn't think that he'd be that stupid. Sir, please calm down. As an aside, do you smoke it all yourself? Goddess, no. Why would I? The smell would only make our clients uncomfortable. Then, do you have any idea why Curtis would be taking those tablets? Any idea at all? Oh, I know what's going on with him. Boy must be getting lazy, tired of studying for entrance exams, so he must be taking them as a distraction. What an embarrassment. He's getting real spoiled if he thinks he can get away with all this nonsense. When I was his age, I was so focused on my studies I didn't even eat or sleep. Just what in Gehenna is Zora doing raising our son for him to turn out like that? What's his problem? I get that he's mad, but he's still the kid's dad. With parents like these, kid was gonna start acting out sooner or later. I agree. Thanks for the info. We'll get out of your hair now. Well, that's both people on our list. And none of it helped. Dad didn't really tell us anything new about the kid. And we got no info to go on about those mints. Guess the last stop's the bookstore his mom mentioned. He might not even be there, but it can't hurt to talk to him if he is. If he's not, we can always ask the staff. They might know something. Alright, bookstore it is. Terrell. Stewart Bookstore.
Off we go.
Oh, okay. Manager Julia.
Can we talk?
I don't see anyone who looks like they could be Curtis. I'll hit up the manager and see what she has to say. Excuse me, does the name Curtis ring a bell by any chance? Oh wow, poor Curtis. I had no idea he was going through all that. He comes here a lot, so one of my workers and I made a point of looking after him and helping him with his studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you anything about his personal life or those mints you mentioned. That's all news to me too. That's okay, we appreciate you talking to us at all. If you don't mind me asking, could you tell us about the other worker? Oh, I recognize you. You come here a lot too. You're from Aramis, aren't you? His name is Albert. You probably know him, right? Yes, absolutely. I can't believe I forgot that this is where he works. He sure does. He and Curtis seem to get along really well. He would recommend reference books for Curtis to buy and whatnot. Between the two of us, I imagine Albert would know more about him than I do. Fat little good that'll do unless we can track the nerd down. Any ideas where he might be? At this hour, he's probably either on campus or somewhere around the Albert district. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go find him. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Fingers crossed he doesn't turn out to be a dead end. Now we're looking for Albert. Alright, but we'll find him.
What are we waiting for?
Oh, he's right there. Good. I was worried for a second. Yo, we need to talk.
Can we talk?
I'm sorry to call you out all of a sudden, Albert. It's alright. Looks like it's something you need to be discreet about. Something like that. We're looking into someone right now. Do you know Curtis? Vance team told Albert what they heard from Curtis's mom. They also mentioned how he changed recently. Damn it. I knew something was up. He'd been acting strange lately. Maybe unstable is the best word for it. He was very different from his usual self. How long have you known? Ugh, you know, I don't really want to help you. But I guess I noticed it around late October, early November. He was pretty down in the dumps before that, saying he'd lost motivation. But he then started being all excited about his studies all of a sudden. Something was off about it though. I don't know where all the enthusiasm came from. Thank you for letting us know. Have you heard anything in particular about his friends? As if he was hanging around with a bad crowd. No, not really. Didn't look like it anyway. Wait, maybe it's not quite that. But I remember someone that looked like him hanging around the back streets in the Terrell district. Since it was at night and the guy he was talking to looked real shady, I kinda just assumed it couldn't be Curtis. Damn it, maybe that's the guy that... Come on, stop mumbling and out with it already. We've been warned at school to watch out for a suspicious man that hangs around Terrell's back streets. He apparently sells tobacco and hard drugs to young people. That's what the rumors say anyway. I should have made the connection earlier. Curtis could have bought the tablets from him. It makes a lot of sense. Maybe he was going to meet him today when he said he was going to the bookstore. Looks like it anyway. Next up, Terrell's Backstreets. Well, I'm glad I could be of help. Please do something for Curtis. We will. Thank you for your help, Albert. Even though you didn't want to help. Hold on. Let me save right now. Alright. Where are you hiding? The back streets, they said. So, what? Oh, Terrell. I'm thinking there already.
Go, go, go!
Alright, back streets over here. Or, hold on, do I need to go? Wait, nope, I can just cut through here. There he is. That's gotta be the seller, right? He just looks like it. Only one way to find out. I'll pose as a customer and try talking to him. You guys hang out here. If we approach him as a group, he'll probably get spooked. Makes sense to me. Good luck, man. Well, hold on a minute, Chief. We're talking about a guy who deals to kids. He's not gonna want to sell to an old fart like you. You never miss an opportunity to remind me that I'm older than you, do you? But you might have a point. If his client base is students like Curtis, then I sure as hell am out. Oh, Van, don't let Aaron get to you. You're still perfectly young. Yeah, don't worry about it. You should be more confident. Nah, I agree. I'm not the best man for the job. And I'll be someone who looks rebellious enough to enjoy taking drugs, or else our guy won't bite. You're up, kid. Show this old man what a young punk like you can deliver. Hell yeah. I'll deliver, alright? Just watch and learn. Yo, dude. Heard you cooked me up with some good shit. That true? Who the hell are you? A good friend of mine told me all about you. Said you got some kick-ass mints that can get you high. Emphasis on the kick. Mind hooking me up with some? I'll pay you whatever you want if that's all good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. That lanky-ass school kid fill you in. I'll let you in on a secret. That stuff originally came straight from some pharmaceutical company. I hadn't heard of them before, but I guess they got busted by the cops or something like that. They were out on the market for only a hot minute before they were taken off. I just sold the last of my stock to that kid a little while ago. You kidding me? All that talking you got nothing to deliver? Way to let a guy down. Hey, trust me. I'd love to have more so I could make even more money. It is what it is. Seems like that kid's developed a real dependence on him though. I tried telling him what I just told you, but he got all pissy with me. Told me to give him more before chucking what he had into a little baby. Like a little baby, not into a baby. Can you imagine? Stuff like that's why I freaking hate dealing with addicts like him. They've always gotta make everything hard. Bingo. So the kid really did come through here. Sounds pretty shitty, yeah. What did he do after he threw that temper tantrum? I suggested some other stuff to try, but he wouldn't listen to me. All he wants are those mints, it seems. So I told him to try the Blacklight District just to finally get the kid out of my face. Even told him how to get down there for a good measure. Hopefully he'll leave me alone now. Blacklight District, huh? That's a good idea. I could definitely see someone down there hawking that stuff in some dark and dingy corner. Is that all you were here after too? Just those mints? I got plenty of other perfectly good stuff, you know? I'm gonna give you a free hit. You should try it. I'm good, man. I'm only interested in those mints too. Great. Thanks for nothing. What a waste of time this was. I think I'm gonna try selling somewhere else today. Scene here is deader than a stuffed prom. Nice work. Sounds like you got a lot of that dirtbag. I'm just glad we have an idea of where Curtis might be now. I bet we can guess where those mints came from too. Yeah, there's probably a dummy corporation set up by A. All we need to do is find the kid and hear his side of the story. Seeing as he's on his way to the Blacklight District, let's focus on dragging him out first. We can question him after that. Shall we be on our way then? Sounds good to me. A place like that's going to be dangerous for a kid like him before long.
Let's do this.
Alright, I guess I better talk to these guys, huh? Finally, I found you. Hey, you're Maja, right? The herb seller? Tell me you've got the mint I'm looking for. Say, I don't think I recognize you. You look like you came from the surface, the way you're dressed. Hate to break it to you, but I don't stock that garbage, honestly. You should really quit taking those things if you know what's good for you. Liar! You have those mints, I know it. If I don't get more of those mints, I'm... Bingo! Knew this is where we'd find our Poindexter. Huh? What do you want? I could swear I recognize you from somewhere. You're Curtis, right? Clearly something's going on with this kid here. Mind filling me in? Sure. His mom sent out a request for us. They clarified that the mints Curtis had been eating were reportedly laced with illicit substances. What? I didn't hear anything about that. All I knew was that they were hard to come by. I thought they were ordinary mints that just happened to taste like tobacco. Oh, there's more to them than that. Much more. I heard they were manufactured by A, and they were leaked down to the streets before the cops did their post-Tharbad roundup. The CID stamped out their pipelines, so they are not being made anymore. It's only a matter of time before they're off the streets completely. Well, that's a relief. I get you kids like to rebel against your parents, but hard drugs aren't exactly the gotcha you think they are. It's not about that. I'm not trying to rebel. I need those mints. Why can't you simpletons understand? It's not worth damaging your body. You really need to stop. You're already showing side effects, bud. That outburst there? Probably the mints making you irritable and prone to withdrawal. Like it or not, those things are having an impact on you, and they're only going to get worse the longer you're on them. I know that. For crying out loud, I know. They're dangerous, but I have to take them. If I don't have them, I can't study hard enough. And if I can't study hard enough, I'll fail my entrance exam. And I'll just be another stupid kid like all the rest. I don't even want to imagine how my parents would react if that happens. They'll yell and scream, maybe kick me out of the house. My life's over, isn't it? This poor kid. I feel awful for him. This mint addiction seems to be a symptom of the real problem then. We need to address the root cause to solve this case. This poor kid's been driven to a corner. We have to hold his parents accountable. No middle schooler should be stressing like this. But it's pretty clear to me that the parents shared some of the blame here. We're gonna need to give him a talking to. I know you're not gonna like this, but I need you to be a part of the discussion with us, okay? If you don't mind me asking, do you know who sold those mints to him in the first place? We do, actually. A blonde guy with a goatee seemed like he had a habit of slinging his stuff around town. Oh, him. Should have figured. Don't you guys worry. He hasn't been on the streets for long. I'll be sure to remind him of the rules we have here. Though frankly, if he's going around selling drugs to children, he won't be on the streets for long. Thanks. We'd really appreciate it. Saves us the bollock of having to go find him again. I probably ought to report back to Renee before doing anything else though. Now that we're done here, let's swing back around Bermatti's place and fill him in on the details. Good idea. Maybe we can take a look at Curtis and diagnose his condition too. Van and company quickly got to work, paying Bermatti a visit and filling him in on their minty mystery. Having previously analyzed the ingredients found in the Orbal hookahs, Bermatti was able to prescribe solely needed medicine for the boy. And once Curtis' symptoms subsided, Van contacted his parents. They agreed to reconvene at the family home so that the group could report their findings. Okay, now that everyone's here, we can get started. Well, what did you find? Was I right? Has Curtis made some bad friends? I'm sure it's just a typical rebellious teen phase. Let's go over what we found, and then we can take things from there. I began by discussing how Curtis bought the tobacco-flavored mints from a dealer on a whim. Curtis soon had developed a dependency on them, since his academics improved when he used them. Van also brought up how the mints were laced with drugs. Though the side effects were light, Curtis soon started taking prescription medicine thinking it would cure him. This is all so much to take in. I feel so dizzy simply thinking about it. To think my own son would be taking prescription drugs. He's even worse than I could have imagined. I'm very disappointed in you. Is this the thanks I get after supporting you in your studies unconditionally? What do you have to say for yourself, young man? Keep it down, will you? Or do you want the neighbors to hear you? As for you, did you forget that your father just started working again? I don't have time for this nonsense, and yet here you are, causing me nothing but problems, as if I don't have enough on my plate already. I practically had to beg for some time off work to come have this conversation with you. Are you even aware of what I'm going through? I'm sorry. I'm honestly surprised at the total lack of shame here. So am I. Are you actually sorry for what you put us through, young man? I trust the police aren't going to have to get involved at this point. The last thing I need is for my own son to get arrested. Now that will really get me fired. No, you two got it all wrong. He's not the one that should be ashamed. It's you two. You should be mortified. Though I guess that's up to you. Can't force either of you to feel guilty. Guilty? What should I even feel guilty for? Don't try to change the subject. Curtis is the one that's acting like a delinquent. This isn't about us. On the contrary, this is all about you folks. Or did you forget already? You asked us to figure out why your kid changed. We're serving you the answer on a silver platter. Curtis was hitting a dead end with his studies and felt like he was being driven into a corner. That may be true, but I fail to see what that has to do with either of us. You're the one pushing him there. Since you're not getting it, I'll spell it out for you. Your son didn't fall in with a bad crowd or change because of some damn mints. It's all his parents' fault. A neglectful pair that failed to notice what he was going through, or maybe you just didn't want to. I knew I wouldn't like where this conversation was headed. Where'd I fail as a father, huh? Have you two ever stopped to think about how Curtis feels? I don't know everything about your family, but it looks like you two only worry about what you want for him and not what he wants. And who are you thinking you can tell us how to run our family? You don't have the slightest idea of how hard I've worked for this. Also, Curtis could get into a prestigious high school. His future would be set. Exactly. Do you know how much money I've spent on his textbooks and mock tests? I've done all that, despite my work situation. This conversation's getting nowhere and fast. Should have known they wouldn't listen. It'd feel wrong bailing out and leaving the kid out to dry though. Not really my style. But I guess it's time for a little marriage counseling. What should I tell them? Bring up their family bonds or recommend a divorce? If I really wanted to go the chaos route, I could recommend that because it doesn't seem like the parents care about one another either. It just they care about the kid, just not in the way that they should be, you know? All they do is bicker. They only care about his future and the fact that he's striving to get to that future but like struggling and not even really helping him with it. It doesn't help all that much. In his case, it's no wonder he went the way he did. I mean, I really could go the lawful route, you know, bring up their family bonds, you know, and have them work it out. But I don't know. If people don't want to change, then they're not going to change, you know? You know what? I'm going to be the outlier. Let's recommend a divorce. Maybe a little shock therapy is in order. Let's see what they think if I tell them they ought to split. Don't know if this is the best time to bring it up, but from where I'm sitting, things look kind of hopeless for this family. If this is how things will keep going between you two, the one that's going to come out losing the most is your son. I'll be frank, at this point, everyone might be better off if you get divorced. What? No, I don't want mom and dad to get a divorce because of me. It's going too far. Right, mom? Dad? I won't deny our home life isn't exactly happy. So that's the truth, son. You're fed up with me and your mother, aren't you? I didn't mean for things to turn out this way. I thought that even if I took hard work, it would be smooth sailing after Curtis made it to Aramis, that his future would be set. But the more I think about it, I was just forcing him to do what I wanted, and what would make me happy, not him. Mom. It's my fault too. I left your mother alone to deal with everything regarding the household. I didn't realize that you felt so trapped, son. No, that's not it. I didn't even make the effort to understand how you felt. Yeah, at least you're owning up to it now. I failed you as a father. Dad. So, what will it be? You gonna give up? Cut your marriage loose? No, I don't want to. Yes, we've not seen each other eye to eye for a while, but that's no reason to throw it all away. We've come so far as a family. Not sure it's just been a while, but I'm not ready to throw in the towel either. I want to make amends even if I still have a lot to think about. You're my family after all. I think it's time for us to three to sit down and talk. Talk and figure out where we went wrong and how to fix things. Yes, I think that's what we need. Okay. Ugh. Glad things have finally calmed down. You had me at the edge of my seat the whole time. I sincerely hope the conversation they'll have once we leave proves to be a fruitful one. I don't got anything else to add here. The rest is up to you. And don't worry about the whole drug deal. We'll take care of it discreetly so it doesn't become public. We'll get out of your hair now. Good luck, y'all.
All in a day's work. Mira deposit confirmed.
Hell yeah. Chaos time. And a little bit of law? Okay. Well, that was a very interesting side quest. On that note, guys, I'm going to end it here for today. Thank you all for watching. When we return, we'll be following up with a couple more to come in terms of side quests, and then we'll move on to the main story. We're already in the last chapter anyway, guys. We're pretty much close to beating the game, so we're going to see everything else through. So until then, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching.